Hello and welcome!
Oh
You're
my
totally
God.
prepared. Two sisters of the Holy Fiber. We are.
That's my part.
I know.
Oh, sorry.
You're so cute. You're so defensive of your part. No, it's my
My
way.
part. Well, I keep thinking that I'm messing it up somehow, and then anyway. Oh, hi everyone. I'm Devin, also known as Rambunctious Guy.
And this is your cohort.
Oh, and this is.
No, next to you. Who's
Oh,
this?
well, she's on my lap. And here we go.
And this is
Sweetiekins. Meow.
also known as the oldest cat in the
Yeah,
world.
she's very unhappy that I just moved her. I did it for you people.
She's cute. I wanted to take a peek at her little grumpy face.
And who
So
are you?
I'm Tiny Kiwi, also known as Heather.
Mm-hmm.
So grab your knitting or crochet or scissors or paper craft or whatever you're working on and join us while we craft and chat. And today I will probably be very squirrely because it's hot.
It is hot. Welcome to our new viewers, and welcome back if you've watched before. We're happy that you're here. What are you working on this week?
What am I not working on would be a shorter list. So I am committed to selling crafts on Saturday. So I have all the things that I'm working on.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if this guy's doing. Yeah, okay, so I have one that I actually finished, so I'm going to show that.
Cute!
So little, I like to call this my Death Eater Memorial Fund bows. Just found some gray and, not gray, but like silver and green ribbon.
Uh-huh.
And these little skulls. You can hardly tell they're skulls, but I still like them anyway.
Oh, I knew what it was immediately.
Oh. Well, you can't really see their nose holes, so...
I knew what it was.
They have little tiny roses on them. You can't really see. Help, I can't see. Okay, yeah, that's never going to come out. Anyway. So this is one of the things I'm making.
Cute.
So I'm just kind of experimenting with all kinds of stuff. I've got hats that I'm decorating.
Uh-huh.
Like so.
Ah. Uh-huh.
And I also have a bunch of little, what do you call them? Like styrofoam birds.
Oh, cute.
That I'm going to put on them. Like old-timey little fascinator hats. And I'm having a whole lot of fun with those. I have a couple of witches hats too, but they're huge. And I'm not quite sure how they're going to stay on the head. Because they're like thick like cardboard.
Mm-hmm.
So I still haven't figured out the mechanics of sewing clips and stuff onto those to attach them to one's head. I might have to go with a ribbon around the head. Because they're pretty heavy. I don't know if anybody really likes to wear a ribbon around the head other than people who follow like Lolita fashions. Mm-hmm. So who knows? Anyway. So 1,000 hair clips later. I also made this guy, which totally does not look like the one in the book at all. So I'm going to block it and see if it comes out better. It's shiny.
It does look shiny.
Shiny black flower. Mm-hmm. I used the center part of a doily pattern because I know I've seen similar. It's just the start is very similar to other flowers and stuff I've seen. But it does not look anything like their pattern. And I didn't really... I putzed with it for a while, trying to get it to look more like the pattern, and I was like, I don't have time for this. Never mind. I'll block it. If it comes out, it comes out. If it doesn't, it's going on a clip anyway. So I gotta weave the ends in on that. Oh, and I finished, I finally gave up on doing this guy in the round. This is the unicorn horn. Because I got through one round and everything was fine, and it was still stuck in it. And then I did another round, and somehow I was purling again. So I was like, you know what? I'm so over it. This project is the size of my thumb. So until I upsize and start do a practice DPN in the round practice,
like you said you were gonna do.
Yeah, like I said, I should have done. Yeah, in worsted weight and not like fine, tiny cable needles. Yeah. Which was fun. I really loved knitting on those, especially knitting flat. It flew by, and I got it done in, like, really short amount of time. I was like, good God, why didn't I do this before? So I have to seam it up, and then I have to do the little ridgy part, because you have to go through one leg to make the swirl on the unicorn horn. So that's where I'm at with the Care of Magical Creatures bracelet. Okay. Well, charms. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it into a bracelet or if I'm going to do stitch markers, too, because I need more stitch markers. And that was a good idea. Yes! So. Oh! I told you I have a million things I'm working on. I'm not even,
Keep going! You're good! Oh, how cute! Oh, wait. Is this the return of?
Yes. So, this octopus I quote-unquote finished, mostly because I was like, I'm tired of it. And I'm tired of making arms for this thing. I don't even like it. I'm not, this was supposed to be a knee pad originally. I was like, whatever, it's a fascinator. So now I'm totally making it into a real fascinator, and I got some doll eyes for it, and it looks a lot better with real eyes. It's like, looking at you.
I like the eyes.
Yeah. The eyes really make it.
Uh-huh.
So I think I'm going to add a couple more arms and then stitch the little hair clip in and call it a day. Mm-hmm. I thought about putting it on a hat, but I just don't think it looks right. Because it's not 3D enough. Mm-hmm. What else am I making? Oh. Hello, my name is Groot. So I'm totally making little name cards out of Hanafuda cards. Where are they? Somewhere here in this giant mass of craft supplies.
Cool.
So I was experimenting with cutting the edges off of these cards because I want to make them into earrings. I'm going to make these into earrings. Like a mix and match set of earrings. Mm-hmm. Have you seen these cards?
I don't think so. Maybe.
They're basically like a playing card game where there's like sets of stuff. Mm-hmm. Points and all that, and it's kind of complicated. I don't remember the rules. I haven't played it in a long time. But a lot of the cards are cute little pictorial things, like this one's got the little boar.
Yeah.
And the sandhill crane. Mm-hmm. So I think it's easy to turn into earrings. And when I made these into pins before for a pin exchange for the Yuma Art Symposium, everybody loved them. And I was like, I didn't think anybody was going to like them because they're just cheap plastic. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people put a lot of time into their pins for the pin trade, but I think just the graphic design drew people. Mm-hmm. So I was really surprised with that. So I was thinking, I might as well make these into earrings if they don't sell. I'll wear them.
There you go.
Okay. So that's become my theme, is make lots of things that I would like to wear or give to friends if they don't sell. So I'm sticking with Slytherin-themed things, mostly.
Safe road.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. So even though I'm sure there's probably more things I'm working on, for God's sake, I have to stop at some point. So what are you working on?
Well, I have been not casting other things on because I am determined to finish these socks. I don't know how people finish socks so fast. I don't know. Like, I am still not done. I've been knitting on it for forever. It's not done. Anyway, this is the second sock. I've made, like, this much progress since the last time I saw you. This is the first sock. I did measure it, and I still have, like, I put it on her foot. And I was hoping she would have, like, a child-sized foot, but no, she has an adult-sized foot. So, like, I still have, like, a good chunk more to go. But the other thing I'm doing is, like, trying to figure out how much orange yarn I have left. Uh-huh. So I thought I would knit this second sock the same way I've knit this one. And then if I don't have enough orange left for the toe of each sock, then the toe will be gray. Like, whatever. That's what I just figured I would do. So my owl is not cast on. I really need to work on that. And so I'm just like, there's this tug of war inside of me, like, I need to finish these socks, but I need to cast my owl on and work on that too. So I haven't cast it on, but I'm probably gonna, and these socks are probably gonna be on the back burner again, but that's okay.
What's your owl?
The blanket.
That's the one that you were thinking about doing last term and didn't get to it, right?
Yes, and you you very sanely said you should just do your shawl and not worry about the blanket. So yes. I'm worrying about the blanket now. It's the one, it'll be different strips of,
right.
Yeah.
I think what you really ought to do is cast that on, do 2 rows, and then go back to your socks.
Yeah.
Then at least you have something cast on that you can take with you and that you can go on. Because like the casting on sometimes takes a little more effort because you have to make sure you have got the right amount of stitches and that your setup's right, especially if you're doing something in the round or whatever. So just get that done and get to the easier parts so that you can carry it with you.
Yeah, it's not a carry with me project just because like the charts are too complicated.
I was going to say, like, I know you're doing it in strips, so...
Yeah, I was hoping it would be more portable, but then I'm, like, carting the book around. I don't know. I mean, we'll see what ends up happening. What I was thinking while you were talking about the planning for how I should get this started...
I'm laughing at your cat, sorry.
Yeah, my cat wants dinner. It's, like, an hour to dinner.
That's so funny. She's just, like, staring at you like a creep.
Yeah, she's actually staring at the wall because she's special. Oh, there she is. And she's probably going to keep doing that because she's an old crotchety lady and she gets what she wants now. So, anyway.
So go back to it.
Yeah, so I was just thinking I should cast that on and then what I should do is like work a couple of rounds on the sock so the sock still gets work done on it and then work on the owl. You know, right. Like... So work a little bit on the sock and then work on the owl. Because I also have a baby blanket I need to get cracking on. My partner's cousin's wife is pregnant. And I want to make a blanket. I am thinking about a couple of different things. I can't remember what I decided. Oh, I had an idea. Okay, so, and I need to find out if they know Totoro. I mean, they have to, right? But they might not. So, but if they do, there is a blanket from the Nursery of Monsters, Monster Book of Nursery, something rather. Anyway, Rebecca Danger is the designer, and she has this blanket in there.
Wait, I want to be called Heather Danger. I propose that I change my name.
Heather Danger. Rebecca Danger. But you could be Heather Danger.
That's why I want to change my name. I think having Danger is the cool.
Yeah.
Danger is not my middle name. It's my last name. Go ahead.
Come back over? Hi, sweetie. Come on.
The old lady has things to say.
Old lady. Come on. Oh, old lady. One moment.
Sure, no problem. I'm just sewing the ends in on this thing anyway, and wondering why I choose to work in black again.
Oh, gosh. Because that's your MO. So, okay. What was I talking about? Oh, the blanket. So she has a blanket. It's knit and garter stitch. You start from like 2 stitches, and then you increase, and then it ends up being a square. And at the top part of the square, she's added a hood, where you put the hood over the baby, and then the top of the hood is like this little monster. So it makes the baby look like a monster. It's super cute. So I was thinking I could do that, but instead of monster, it could be Totoro. So the body of the blanket would be like a little fat, cute little Totoro, and then the hood would be the eyes, the Totoro eyes, and then the big Totoro ears.
Right.
And then like a leaf on the top. Like how cute would that be? It would be
that
so
would
cute.
Be the cutest.
Right?
And then you'd be super sad when the kid grows out of it, like, meow.
Well, and that's the beautiful thing about a blanket. It's a multifunctional, piece of fabric. You can use it for lots of things.
Exactly.
So that's my idea. My partner it's her homework to figure out, like, well, do they know who Totoro is? Because if they don't know who Totoro is, I'm not going to make that for them. I'll make something else.
Right.
But if they know who that is, then I would make it.
You could make one for me.
Yeah, I could make one for you.
I would totally wear a Totoro hoodie. Throwing that out there.
Oh.
Making a Hellboy hoodie is on my list of things to do. I saw somebody made one. It looked pretty easy. They just stitched on the sides and did the little horn nubbins. And I was like, I need to make this.
That sounds like a good idea.
I know, I just can't decide what to make the horns out of, that they will be not in the way.
I like how that's what you just can't decide. It's not like the fact you'd have to knit a sweater. It's that you can't figure out what you'd make the horns out of.
No, it's not that. I wouldn't knit a sweater. This is a pre-made sweater. A pre-made hoodie. That they just, like, painted and put the horns on.
Here I am knitting sweaters.
Yeah, let's not get crazy.
But literally that's all I'm working on. I don't have anything else. That's the socks. I have plans, but nothing else. I am planning on making another set of pieces of 8 mitts, but like I said, I'm trying to focus on getting these socks done.
And your owl, I'm going to start nagging you about that, especially
yes.
Get cast on.
Please nag me about the owl. I will cast it. You know what? I feel like casting something. I want something else to be working on, so maybe I'll cast that on tonight.
Sounds like a plan.
Do you have an order or notes or anything? Because I don't.
No. Sorry.
That's okay. What shall we talk about next?
How about brainy moments? Do you have any?
I do. And I'm going to use my alabaster face to my advantage so that I can show you all.
Hilarious.
So today I made if you have a small quantity of yarn and it's falling out of its ball, or if you're going to do Arntarsia knitting and need a small quantity of yarn, this is a way to hold your yarn. I don't remember what it's actually called, but it's a way of organizing your yarn. So the part of the yarn that is attached to my knitting is on my left. It's on the videos, right? And then this part, my ball part, is on my right. So I'm going to hold the tail end and then wrap it around in a figure 8 around my fingers. So it's going to go in between these two and then these two, up and over and in between. In between my fingers. So what it does is it creates like a little butterfly of fabric, and you can kind of see in here. So then what you would do, then you take it off, and this tail, you tie it around the middle and tie a little knot, and then it's a center pull little ball of yarn. So then you can pull your working yarn and it just comes right out of the butterfly. You're not watching, but that's okay.
I've seen it before. But then I forget about it because I never do Intarsia. Although it's on my list of things to do, so I should probably pay a little more attention.
Yeah, and then it just comes right out of the ball. I just did it because the leftover bit of orange that I have, it just started to like fall apart out of its ball because one of my cats got to it and like started chewing it, which is fine. He just like takes it around the house and it's really adorable, and so I let him do it, which is probably not a good idea. But anyway, so it had fallen apart a little bit, so I just redid it into a little butterfly thing so it doesn't get knotted. And that's my brainy moment for today. What do you got?
Not a thing.
Okay, moving right along. Shiny? Hyperventilate? What's next?
I have lots of shiny things. I'll show you the few that I didn't show you.
Okay, shiny, yay.
So, here's some more of the birds. Look, I got some little ravens. Caw, caw.
Caw, caw.
Some of them are just so adorable. And then I also got a little tiny sewing machine.
Oh, how cute!
Isn't that adorable?
Middle.
Yeah, it's totally, like, super heavy, so I don't know. I want to make it into some kind of fascinator. We'll see if I put it on a hat or what. With a little tiny pin cushion. Oh, it's gonna be adorable if I ever get to it. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm totally...
That's okay. Hyperventilate.
Yes. Wait, you don't have anything shiny?
No.
Okay. I don't think I have anything hyperventilating.
I feel like I had something, but I forgot what it was.
I have art to share. An artist?
Sure, let's do that here. Why not?
Just to say, why not? Let me think of her name. Emily Carroll.
Mm-hmm.
Like Lewis Carroll.
Uh-huh.
The
But
weird
Emily.
Huh?
Yes.
Yes. Anyway, I was trying desperately to think of her name today, so I spent about 3 hours trying to find her website, like going through other artists that are similar, because I was like, I know somebody linked to it. That's how I ended up on her page. So then I was Googling, like, the stories that I remembered reading from her, because she has a couple of, a few short stories on her website. So if anybody looks at my Google history, it's going to be very weird, because I was, like, Googling tree made of skin and things like this, because there are, like, Halloween-y, like, horror stories. And I was trying to remember it for a friend of mine. So anyway, I remembered how gorgeous her art is. So check out her website, because her stuff is really awesome. And I like the format for the comics that she has on her site that are free to read. They're like in a format that is like a web page scrolling. So when you scroll down, like that's how you read it. So
Cool.
it wouldn't really work in book format because it's designed to be read on the internet. So I really like that kind of comic formatting.
Awesome.
Internet comic formatting. So check her out, Emily Carroll. I'll try to find her link and link to it in our show notes.
I think that was a great place for that to go. I think that fits nicely into Hyperventilate.
Yeah. I've been looking at all sorts of really cool art on Tumblr today, trying to find her link. So I'm like, oh, I love this, and oh, I love that, and rediscovering a lot of independent artists that I really like. So.
Fun.
Yay! So today hasn't been too bad. Any hyperventilate for you?
No.
Okay.
It's all children all the time right now.
I understand. I really do. All my other teacher friends are like, teaching! Oh god, I don't have any friends right now because I'm teaching!
Although I did go out to karaoke last night, so that was fun.
Oh,
but it was
good.
with all my music teacher friends. So.
Yeah, well.
And it's fun because, like, we're not very good at it. And it's like, you guys are music teachers? Yes. Yes, we are.
I was going to say, we're just not opera singer teachers.
Yeah. I just, teach children.
Yeah, exactly. Children don't care.
Yeah. Well, and, they can't sing on pitch. So, although I had like 4 first graders today sing back to me on pitch. I was so excited.
Wow.
And they were all in the same class, too. The other class, I was like, oh my god, this year is going to be interesting. But then the other first grade class, I had like 4 of them. That was really good. So
that's pretty amazing.
I was like, what did I do different in this class?
Sometimes it's just individual talent.
Something in the oh no, with children, like the first graders, it's not talent. It's that somebody sang with them, something like that. Like they're not.
Some people, no matter how much you sing with them, they will never be on tune or on time. They're just...
That is true if you're just singing at them. But it is not true if they're working. If they work at it, it's very rare for people to actually be tone deaf. It is very common for people to not be trained. So it's a brain. Your brain has to connect with your vocal cords in a way that produces the same tone that you're thinking and hearing. It's like this 3-step process. So you have to train, like, if one part of the process isn't processing right, then what comes out of your mouth isn't what is matching. It's not a matching pitch.
How does training fix that disconnect? Just curiously.
You're training your brain to know how to change your vocal cords to match the pitch. And you're also training your ear to be able to hear what your voice sounds like when it's singing in the same place as other people. Because some people sing either sharp or flat because then you can hear yourself. If you sing in tune, you can't hear yourself anymore because the wavelength matches. So it's learning, like, it's physically learning in your brain, like, where that is. And it's also, like, your vocal cords physically have to figure out how to do it. So, yes. Very few people are actually tone deaf. They're just not trained.
So the next time someone's like, I can't sing, I'm going to be like, you just need to study. It's going to be okay.
Yeah, it literally. And I have all the time, I say, like, I'm a music teacher, and people will say, oh, yeah, I can't sing. And I'm very, like, no, it's just you didn't have somebody to encourage you to sing. And probably what happened is when you were a child, you didn't know how to sing, and you sang, and somebody was like, that's out of tune. And so you never sang anymore. Well, how are you going to get better at that skill if you don't do it? You know? So.
This became a hyperventilate section on accident.
This became my soapbox. On accident. My soapbox for, it's going to be okay. You will get better at singing if you sing. And my partner is a prime example. When I met her, she was not singing on pitch. But she sings with me all the time now on pitch. So, if you're encouraging and nice, people will get better. You just have to do it.
I think that's true of a lot of things, to be frank. I think a lot of people just give up on a lot of things because they're discouraged.
Yes, keyword is give up. Yes, exactly right. People just give up. They're like, oh, I can't do it. And my kids are that way too, you know. They're very instant gratification.
Right.
And I tell them all the time with the instrument, like when I start them on instruments, like, it is not, it's hard work learning how to play an instrument. It's fun when you know how to do it. It is not fun right now when you're, like, trying to figure out how to do it. So,
right.
Anyway, that was a totally big, we're tangential today, but that's totally okay. You wouldn't come here if you didn't love it. So,
blame it on the heat.
Yeah, sure. I'm not even hot. I don't know. I don't have anything to blame it on. So we did Shiny. We did Hyperventilate. What's next? I Spy?
Books, walks, I Spy. Yeah, anything. What would you like?
I had no books. Do you have books?
I had a book, and now I completely forgot it.
We can come back. I Spy?
I won't remember. I'm just too brain dead today. The heat makes my brain melt. I Spy. I know, I saw something too. What did I see? Oh, I saw a little, like, grub in the lawn. I don't know exactly what kind of grub it was, but one of them juicy white-looking ones. Mm-hmm. It becomes like a Jerusalem cricket or something. Mm-hmm. Horrible. Talk about there's one other bug that falls into the grasshopper I hate it category.
The potato bugs? Oh, so gross.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah, anyway. What else did I see? I feel like I saw a bunch of stuff and now I can't remember any of it. Oh well. I'll just save it for next week. What have you seen?
I saw a Jack Russell Terrier while I was out hiking.
Adorable.
He had a tag on that said, I love hiking. I am not lost. I live near the trailhead. And he was like 30 minutes into the hike. Just out there chilling, joined us for a little bit of the hike. And then as we were walking back, he wasn't ready to go back. So he joined another group that was going in.
That's pretty adorable.
It was really adorable. Except, like, there's the coyotes and stuff in our area. But,
maybe he goes in at night.
Yeah, I hope so. But it was really cute. So we had, like, this little companion, and I was like, I want a dog now. This is fun.
I know, right? And there was I remember finding a book that was, like, trails where you can take your dog, because, you know, not every trail you're allowed to bring a dog. So it was, like, you know, traveling with your dog across the U.S. or something like that. It was really cute. I was like, I need to go to these places just so I can be at places where I can pet dogs.
I know, right? Then I feel like I'm a dog stalker, and then I feel like I'm a dog creeper. And
I just want to pet your dog!
I know, right? So that was fun. I saw some more of those ground spiders while I was out. Let's see, what else did I see? Oh, Coast Live Oaks. Lots of Coast Live Oaks. What else? I think that's it. For me.
Do you ever wear this kind of hairpin in your hair?
No. I could. If it had, like, bows and fun stuff attached to it, I would. Totally put them in my hair. Not skulls, but other things.
I just trying to decide what kind of clips and stuff to attach to stuff. And the hats and stuff are going to have to go in with these big guys because they're just heavy. Otherwise, I think they're too heavy. I have tried to use these snap clips, I don't know what you really call them, before, and they just don't hold onto the hat and your hair well enough at the same time. And I tried Googling it, like what other people use to attach fascinators and stuff, and there's not really much out there. There's a few things on like how to keep your fascinator from blowing off your head or something without using 10,000 bobby pins, and the advice wasn't particularly helpful. So I don't know. But then there's plenty of pictures of like the Queen and stuff, and all the royal people, wearing giant fascinators, and they're completely one-sided, So it's like, clearly somebody knows how to attach those to your head. Where is that information?
Well, if they're big enough and it's like a photo shoot thing, I bet it's like clear fishing line.
Yeah. But no, these aren't photo shows. These are like on a parade, on a float, waving at people in a windy day.
I would still do clear fishing line then. From far away you wouldn't be able to see it. I don't know. That's my only idea.
I can't really imagine the Queen wearing clear fishing line on her head.
I'm talking about it like I know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just guessing. I have no idea.
Well, clearly I don't either, so I'm experimenting with these things. But the problem is like, when I'm doing these for other people or for the public, it's like, I don't know what people are going to wear. Like, I wouldn't generally pick up anything that had these kind of clips and wear it, because I prefer these little snap clips better. So I don't know. But that's just me.
Make some of both, and...
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm going to have to do.
See where it goes,
Anyway, sorry, that was totally tangenting, but I needed to know your opinion.
That's okay. All right.
It's a mustache.
Right, walks in the urban wilderness. Yes, bow mustache.
That's no star. Yeah, I didn't do very good this week. I did some gardening, but very little, because it was incredibly hot. Like 103 or something. So I did some in the morning of the day that I usually do, and the rest of the day was spent doing other things. And very slowly if I was out in the sun, because it was just hot. It was hot and incredibly muggy, so that didn't make it feel any better. So I'm really looking forward to when the heat breaks, because then I can start picking up all my knitting again. I am desperate to knit hats and scarves, and I just do not want to touch them right now. Even with the air conditioning on, I'm still hot and sweaty. So I'm sticking to thread weight stuff just because I just don't want to touch anything else. But now's the time to finish up all those scarves and hats and stuff that I, need to before the cold weather gets in, but...
Oh, I always cast on sweaters in December, and then they're done for March.
In June. Yeah, exactly.
It's like, bad planning.
Well, it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
I
know. So I'm hoping blanket right now, start knitting the blanket, and then by the time it's cold and I need a blanket, I'll have a blanket. I would only start knitting it.
I really want to finish that pink scarf of mine, but it is so hot.
Yeah.
It's acrylic, but it's just so much of it. It's so hot. I mean, it's going to be great when it's cold, but... And now that my hair is shorter, I'm really worried about having enough hats and scarves. So I really want to get going on those. I need to find someone with some really good air conditioning, because my air conditioner does not work very well. Anyway.
So in exercise,
You do.
I got out once. So.
Oh. We're both on the same page, it sounds like.
Yeah. Honestly, I totally forgot I had goals.
That's adorable.
I did. I just, all of my brain space is taken up by school right now.
Yeah.
Once things get settled in, it'll be a little bit easier. But, right now, at the beginning of the school year, I have I have 3 grades that have, 60 kids each in them that I have to assign instruments to. So I'm just
The craziness, it is begin.
Yes. So, anyway, the moral of the story, my excuse is I was busy. Let's see. What else do we have left? Ear party?
Music. What?
Yeah, ear party.
And what are we missing? I feel like we're missing one.
I think we did them all.
Okay.
Ear party. I have been listening to the same podcast I was listening to last week. The podcast Put Your Hands Together, hosted by Cameron Esposito. What about you?
I started listening to the audiobook for The Amulet of Samarkand. I can't remember who the author is at the moment, but it's been pretty good so far. It's been great to knit to.
Oh, fun.
I think it's like a children's, I don't know, fantasy, I guess I'd call it.
Uh-huh.
But it's been fun, and the reader is really good.
Mm-hmm.
He does decent voices, so that's always a pleasant experience when he can. Because some people just can't switch characters very easily, and that's okay. It's just it makes for a less exciting reading experience.
The other ear party I have. Of course, I've been listening to the dulcet tones of beginning band players, but that's not very exciting. Like, that's really all we did today.
Like listening to lambs all day.
Rest.
Yeah. It's a wonder you don't go insane.
It's adorbs. Well, I just think it's adorbs, so.
Well, there's that. Which is why it's a good job for you.
Yes. Okay. What else?
I have no idea. Okay. Sorry, I'm thinking. Huh?
Contest?
Oh, yes. So, this is not working. Sorry, I'm trying to focus on, like, sewing at the same time, and it's just, like, I cannot do two things at once, clearly. Sometimes.
Yes.
Anyway, what are we talking about? Contest.
Yes.
What are we doing?
Well, we mentioned extending it for a week, and we mentioned also not extending it for a week. What do you want to do?
Congrats, Urbanizer, you won!
That's what I think we should do, too. Yay! Yeah. So we had one entry.
Yeah.
We were very sad because we had no entries for a while.
Yeah.
But I believe, well, I'm going to make myself feel better and believe that it is because our feed is broken. So I'm going to blame it on that. But hey, look, Urbanizer came in, so yay, you win! So I will give you the pattern. Unless I see that you already have it, or it's not in your queue or something. Anyway, I'll message you, and we'll go
She's
from there.
pretty talkative on our Nest forum, so I'm sure you'll find her.
Yes. So thank you for entering. She just came by and said hello in the introduction thread, and of course you can too. Also, you can come and join our knit-along. We're knitting the Care of Magical Creatures charm bracelet number 1. So come, if you're making anything from that or from any of the other ones, post in the thread. What else?
I know a lot of people have talked about, they're like, oh yeah, that's a cute pattern, but it's really too fidgety for me. But you can size it up, people. The little owl is adorable, and he would be adorable even if he was 6 inches tall. So,
yes.
Check it out.
Yeah, I think some of them are easily size upable. So, some of them would be not like the unicorn horn. Like, I don't know, you could make it bigger, but...
But why?
But why? Unless you have a small child, in which case you could attach some yarn to it, and then they could strap it to their head, and that would be adorable. Yeah. And you should totally, if you do that, we need pictures.
We need pictures.
Because adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it for me. Do you have anything else? Oh, random. I have random.
Okay, go ahead.
I forgot about random. So, I reorganized my knitting needles, and I wanted to show off where I keep my knitting needles. This is where I keep my circular needles, and my dear sister, Tiny Kiwi, made it for me. Yay. So it's where I get to keep all my knitting needles, or not all my circulars. And I just went through, I had a lot of circulars like floating around that were not in anything, and so I finally put them all in the right place, and I labeled what they are. So I'm very excited that they're all in here now. So, yay! So I love my little case. I love it so much. Yay! I had another random, but it randomed out of my brain. What do you have?
The only random I have is just talking about briefly about Scotland and their vote for independence going on soon, like tomorrow soon, I think.
Oh,
so
trying
we'll see how that plays out. Huh?
Trying to be their own country?
Mm-hmm.
Out of the United Kingdom?
Well, basically, yeah. Which means they'd have to switch currencies, but it's a really complicated thing. Yeah. But yeah. I'm excited to see what happens, one way or the other.
To see if the United Kingdom will let them go.
Yeah, there's that too.
Like, I don't know what the politics are around that, but I would think that the north part of your country would be something you might want to keep, so...
Well, that's the problem when you at least say that you have democracy, is then you have to actually do it.
Yes.
One hopes. But either way, since I've heard both sides of the story, some people are for, some people are against, and one of my friends was just traveling there, and she said the yes/no signs are everywhere. So I'm just excited to see what happens.
I do think that's very interesting, and I'm waiting for Northern Ireland.
Yeah,
that'll be interesting. For when that happens.
If or when, yeah, don't know, because they've always had tensions, but things have improved a bit.
Yes, they have.
Well,
so, anyway, cool.
So next week we should know the outcome. Yay!
That and cat videos. That's what I'll be doing on the internet.
Oh. I'll be just looking at thousands of Scots figuring out. I don't know. That's just weird to me. Blows my mind.
Well, the United States would not let California just vote itself into independence.
Right.
So.
Although Texas it has something in their, paperwork somewhere that says, hey, we can cede at any point if we choose to.
Yeah.
I don't
the United States will let that happen.
I know,
Texas
right?
thinks they rule everything, but the United States would also invade and then just break it up into different states. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. But
now you aren't Texas anymore.
It's the whole democracy thing. You can't, if they voted to do that and everybody voted yes, then what do you do? Then
they're Texas-Kansas.
Yeah, well. Let's go visit the country of Texas-Kansas. Anyway.
Yes. We're very randoming now. I think we should sign off.
We're really random. Sorry. It's been on my mind, so I was like, oh, look at this craziness.
Okay, bye.
So sign
When you're talking, I can't hear it. It's when you don't talk, I can hear it.
So then I must never stop talking so that you can never hear my fan. Because I am really hot and I'd like to never turn my fan off. I don't want to turn it off. It's hot. It's so hot. And never turning the fan off. I'm talking for all the time so that you can't hear the fan. Yay, there's no fan because it's hot.
Blocking block.
My sister's so awesome. Who else would line bags for me?
Yay.
We won't talk about Ravelry because I haven't even posted my classes yet. OMFG. But at least I finally all have my pictures on. It's on my list of things to do when we're done here today. Yeah, that's what I said. Oh, cats. It's my grumpy cat face.
That is your grumpy cat face.